This is how you open a World Sporting Championship on a low budget in Africa. Lots of noise and colour, but on the cheap. Giddy from its success in hosting the World Scrabble Championships, Senegal has become the first sub-Saharan country to field the World Petanque or Boules Championship in its capital, Dakar. The France-based Boules Federation liked the idea as a way of promoting the sport overseas and to convince the French government it's worth funding this very French cultural export.
Every time you play petanque somewhere, it's a little bit of French culture at play. It's a bit of French spirit, and so I hope one day the French government understands that and helps to promote the sport abroad more.
57 countries participated in the four-day event. Most of the teams had to pay their own way. Only a handful of people make a living full-time as promoters of the sport, and they're based in France.
While money is often accused of destroying the soul of sport, it's not an accusation that'll go very far here. Why? Well, it's simple. The winners, of course, emerge as world champions, but what do they earn prize money? Nothing.
The French team, as they do most years, won this tournament, crushing Thailand 13 points to 0. They have to make do with medals, but like so many other sportsmen, they have higher Olympic ambitions.
There are already shooting competitions among the Olympic sports, and this is a precision target sport too that involves concentration. So I think it will also be an Olympic sport, maybe not in 4 years, but in 8.
But before that, it has more basic ambitions, attracting more people to watch it and play it. The Federation's own TV coverage from Dakar focused on the team effort, lots of slow-mo action and high drama from the crowd, and pretty cutaways of the surroundings. In fact, the people who run the sport want you to stop thinking of boules in terms of village squares and people in berets, or south of France summer campsite games, accompanied with a glass of something strong, but instead as a team of pros held to the highest sporting standards.
Believe me, there is no Ricard or pastis connected to this sport or the players. We are tested for alcohol and drug use. We don't use any of those substances, and I think petanque has to be seen as sport and not a pastime connected to pastis.
With its colonial heritage, petanque has traditionally proved popular in French-speaking corners of the world. But that's changing. The presence at this championship of China, Russia, and yes, Scotland are proof of that.
I am being inundated with phone calls from around the world saying congratulations, and after what has happened here for 5 days, I'm sure lots of people are going to take up this sport here.
The championship cost the Senegalese government around $300,000 to run. A lot for a developing country to fork out for a minor sport, but having lost several $100 million in revenue from the cancellation of the Dakar Rally due to terrorism fears, is desperate for new sporting events to come here. With the event held outdoors next to a beautiful beach, it's hoping in marketing terms alone that the bet pays off.